This is Reverend Sharon Elizabeth, also known as Baba Sharon, and I'm here at the Cosmic Center in Sarasota, Florida. And we have some of our beautiful light workers that are currently here at the center itself, as well as we do have our light workers who are on the Zoom platform. If you are interested, and this is open to the public, or resonate with what we do work with the higher intelligences and work together for the ascension of our planet, for the healing of our planet, and coming together as the family of light. We're very powerful when we do that. And if you would like to join us, it's open to anybody who would like to do this coming from the perspective of unconditional love and service. You are welcomed. All you need to do is go to the Cosmic Center Spiritual Light Facebook page and register for that. And you can come to Zoom. Once you do register, you're reminded actually every Monday of the anchoring light, and you could participate at any time. Also, if you happen to be local, of course, we are usually here every week at 6:45 p.m. Starting for our little chat, and then afterwards we do go into our meditation. The meditation is on Zoom only and also in person only, not on Facebook. Okay, so I first want to say to everybody, welcome. And we had an extraordinary event at the Cosmic Center this weekend, absolutely extraordinary. And, you know, for a lot of people who are in the know, in these deeper esoteric teachings, Dr. J.J. Hurtak is one of the giants out there in our lifetime. There's a whole story about him. It's the book called The Keys of Enoch, Book of Knowledge, Keys of Enoch. And this is a real experience that has taken place with Dr. Hurtak back in the 1970s. And Enoch, you know, that they talk about in the Bible, in the Torah, Enoch. At a certain level, Metatron. But anyway, he had an experience where he had to go way out, not even within the gravitational pull of the planet. It had to be in an uncorruptible state to be imprinted with this information, very advanced. You know, he has given it to NASA scientists and to luminaries around the world for discussion. Of course, we as a species are so slow, we're just catching up to the material that was there. But it is very profound and very, very important for the time that we are in. They do use the power of sound. We use the names of God, like how, you know, Moses parted the Red Sea, you know, the sound, the idea where abracadabra or open sesame has its roots in the power of sound. And just like mantras in the East, again, this is the same type of thing as having these sounds that are very powerful. And we are really vibratory sound, color, and geometry. That's what we truly are. So all of us have a sound. The universe has a sound. You know, our planet has a sound. Sound is everywhere. Even in the traditional Bible, it says, and then there was the word, meaning vibration. Sound creates, it creates. And even they have those scientific experiments, you know, where you put like salt in the water and you do tones and you see the different geometries that are formed within the water. So when we become aware of who we are, what we are, the power we have, that's a really big shift. And once you have that kind of understanding, then you also have an understanding as to how so-called miracles happen. You know, a miracle is just simply a dynamic that we don't understand how it's happened, but on some other level, there's an explanation as to how it happens. So anyway, we at the Cosmic Center were so privileged to have Dr. J.J. Hurtak here, his wife, Dr. Desiree Hurtak, and Alan Steinfeld of New Realities, who's had a TV program in New York for years. He still has a big YouTube channel, millions of followers. So the information that they brought this weekend was, you know, insights as to what's going to be happening in the next 10 years, and also very important choices that we have to make. And that's a little bit about when what I talk about. Dr. Herzog did share. He did on a napkin a little drawing. I can't share that here, but for those of you who are local, if you say, "Hey, I want to see that drawing," I will show it to you. Have in my possession, but it's in reference to artificial intelligence or AI. And so, just a couple of things. I wanted to talk about most certainly William Henry, who has been here several times at Center. He has done tremendous amount of research on what's going on in Silicon Valley. And there's some great things going on there, but there's also some very scary, scary things. When you're coming to the point that, my will, my power, and as opposed to divine will and divine power, you then get into some trouble. And unfortunately, there is that thinking out there that, we're it, we are the top of the totem pole and nothing goes beyond that. I can't even believe just how and that is why there's this push for I would say, the artificial for immortality, but not the spiritual immortality, which we all are. We all are eternal beings, but there's some people that don't know that and figure they got to keep the physical body they have ongoing. So they need to patch it up, they need to enhance it, they need to do all those things. And that is a very real dynamic that's taking place right now. Now, we may not know about it, the general population, but it most certainly is going on and has been for some while. So one of the things that I want to talk about is the choices that we're going to have to be clear about. All right. So first of all, we need to know that we come from the Adam Kadmon, or the divine human, that we, first of all, humans, we're not our physical body at all. It's a vehicle, okay, for us to experience this particular creation. But this is not who we are. We are actually spirit. We are energy. We are a spark. That's our true source of what we are. And there's many different expressions on the various levels of consciousness and the various aeons as how that is expressed. So we are here in the denser level, where we actually have a biological wrap. Some people call it a meat suit. I just call it a biological wrap. And also with that is the emotional body and the mental body. So we have a couple things going on in terms of experiencing this reality that we find ourselves in, or part of ourselves find ourselves in here. So the thing with the artificial intelligence, though, is, or technology, I should say, it's like anything in this world, it is a world of duality. So you have both the light and the dark. Okay, our world is a dual world. Not all worlds are like that. What we're trying to do to balance this, because I'm not going to go into the whole story, but there's something to the effect that we are a fallen world, one of the fallen worlds. Okay, we're not on the right hand of God, it's the left hand, or whatever. There's some story about that, but the filament is gone, whatever. There's so many different stories about it, but they're all saying the same thing, that somehow there was a fall of grace, or fall from the divine, or where we are now, why we are in a dual world and light and dark. And so what we want to do is bring in the higher light worlds, or the higher energy, because the fact is that our creation is a trinity. We are a trinity. It's threes. Okay, that's why threes show up, and three is very important. So it's like almost bringing in that other part of the triangle that will hold the polarities in balance. And that's in a lot of other worlds that have that. They're more balanced and not a dual world, but our world is the way it is right now. So what does that mean? That means now with this new level of technology, because you have, like anything else, you have the internet, it can be very good. The Facebook can be very good, or it can be very bad. Again, it's what your choice is. You have the service for others. That would be the light tribe. We're here to serve the planet, serve all of her life, okay? And most importantly, serve the divine, serve God. And then you have the other group that is service to self. I'm serving me and mine, and that's all I care about. Two different groups. So what we are finding is that there are those that see our humanity, our biology, okay, where it has to be enhanced through technology. Remember the bionic man and the bionic woman? Well, that's already happening, but they want to take it to the next level. So I don't know if any of you have seen Futurama, if you know that it's a cartoon type thing. I used to like, I watched it a lot, but they had they showed on several episodes where in the future you see like they keep the head of a human, and it could be from any time in history. But all you see, say Abraham Lincoln, for example, you just saw the head of Abraham Lincoln, and then they had the rest of it like in a bubbling vat, I think. Well, my little discussion with Dr. Hertak was that that's not so far-fetched. Some of the ideas, the models that are out there, let's just say in 30 years, we're talking in the 2050s. Now, this is a route that can take. That's why we have to be discerning and make correct choices, is where you, in fact, have a human robot type of, I don't know what you want to call it, thing, where it is basically the body is robotic, but there's a human head that's there. And yeah, it was, and the drawing was pretty gross too. I was like, oh my God, so I don't know how attractive that is, but anyway, what do you even do with that? But that's a possible, let's put it this way, that is a possible timeline that's very real that can happen. So what do we do as the family of light? How we can discern? Well, first of all, let's just say somebody shows up in a cloud, or somebody shows up in I don't want to call UFOs anymore. What do they call them? UAOs, whatever it is, I forget. They keep on changing it. But anyway, it's not unidentifiable anymore because they know that it does exist and it's not of the world. It's not of this world. So they changed the name of the UFO to something else, but I can't think of it right now. Well, let's just say somebody shows up from another planet or ultra terrestrial or whatever it may be. You have to be discerning because our world is not not only dual, the entire universe. Our entire universe is dual, which I was shocked when I found that out many years ago. I was like, what? I just thought it was limited to this world. No, I'm sorry to say it's not. There's many other worlds like that, but there are worlds, the Shambhala worlds, beyond this. Those are, they're good, they're in oneness, they're peace and all of that. So yes, it's possible. And that's what we're working as light workers, to get our planet into that level of beingness of where we are, the divine feminine and divine masculine finally come into balance, where we're connected to the higher aeons of light that creates that perfect trinity that keeps us balanced, and that we are all about the oneness. We're all about that it's all one, and we come from the higher heart of compassion and unconditional love. So what was shared, what was shared is that we have to be very clear that we are from the Adamic race. We have 10 fingers and 10 toes, right? Because we may come across those beings that come in and they may have a different evolutionary path. And also too, there may be those that are very spiritual, just like us, and there's many of that, but perhaps there's those that we may know more than they do. And they're thinking this is it, this or this, and they only think technology. And I would not be surprised, and more than likely, it is that kind of thing, or higher influences of the technology to say, make that human being, because the human being biology will not be able to survive the planet in another 20, 30, 40 years. So we have to enhance the biology or make it more technical and just put that little human head on there, okay, in order to survive. No, 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 because that is the route of technology to their version of immortality. Whereas the natural Adamic ascension, okay, is that we already have the blueprint within us because we hold the similitude of the divine. We hold the image. That's the path that we go on. Yes, AI is fine for, spelling checks and things like that and so forth. But when it starts coming into you can live forever this way, then that's a big red flag. If you have a being that comes up and says that, no, you don't feel good about it. What about taking care of everybody? Oh, it's just for us and us only. Red flag. Red flag. It's supposed to be coming from that vibration of the higher heart of compassion and unconditional love and oneness. Everybody goes along for the ride. Nobody is left behind. So these are important things to know because in the future, we may be confronted with that. And then we have to be really clear like, okay, do I go along with this or do I go along with that? So there's some basic fundamental things that we need to be ultra clear on so we can make the correct decisions for ourselves, for our loved ones, for our humanity. Because there's going to be some bidding wars out there. There's going to be, come on our side. We have all the answers. Come with us. Versus no, 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 no. This is the way to go. This is the path. There's going to be a lot of that in the future. So the more that you can get clear of your understanding as to who we are as a humanity. And our humanity is not limited to this planet, by the way. The Adamic race is not limited to just this planet. The Adamic race is throughout, the cosmos, is throughout the cosmos. But are there different evolutionary or say lineages out there? Yes, there is. So we need to be clear about our lineage. Our lineage comes from the Adamic race. We are from the Adam Kadmon. We have 10 fingers and we have 10 toes. Okay. And we have within us, which is, a lot of people, a lot of beings out there like, wow, they carry the similitude of the divine from this highest aeon. Wow, we want some of that. So you have to be careful of that too. You have to remember who you are and how precious you are and why you are here on the planet. And it's to make a difference and bring everybody along the ascension path. And you do not have to become a cyborg to do it. Okay, just letting you know. Okay, that's it for now. That's all I want to say. Baba Sharon here, and we'll see you next Monday to our Facebook Live group. And by the way, I want to just mention that on February the 4th, okay, we have Lori Spagna here, and she's going to be here at the Cosmic Center. Look on our Facebook page. You will see information about that. And you are welcome to come to the center and to participate. It is by donation only. It's open to the public and it's activating your DNA and so many other things. So just go and click on, you'll read all about what that is going to be again, February the 4th at 7 p.m. With that, I'll say namaste and I'll see you next time.